So you came here to learn how to play Tarkov. Well, in order to play Tarkov, you have to know exactly what Tarkov is. Tarkov is a mil sim loot and shoot PvPvE MMORPG. Basically, you spawn, you loot, you kill, extract. That is how you play Tarkov. In as short as I can get it guide, I'm going to have you go from this to this as many times as possible through your first few raids. So when you first load up Tarkov, you're going to have two choices. You're going to have Bear, and you're going to have USEC. The only two difference between either one is Bear is Russian, USEC is English. So choose whichever one, don't really have any perks. Once you choose a character, you're going to go ahead and choose how they look and how they sound. Once again, it has no effect on the gameplay that you're going to be doing other than your character speaking Russian or English. Once you choose your character, you're going to get this screen. It's just the main menu. There's no tutorial. There's no nothing. You're going to go ahead and click character, and it's going to bring you to what's called your stash. Your stash is everything that you're going to need to gear your player, sell your items, re-gear, anything of that sort. You start off with a bunch of random things. I chose the Bear, for example, these videos, so I'm going to be Russian. I also have the EOD, or Edge of Darkness edition, which gives me the Gamma container. Now, if you start on the regular standard edition, you will have the Alpha container, which is just a 2x2 pouch. For me, it is a 3x3. The first things first, you're going to want to go into settings. You're going to go ahead and choose all these random things. There's such things as auto hide, raid only, hotkeys, enabled, disabled for healing. Choose what you think is best for you and how you want to play the game. You can also go into different settings of other streamers / YouTubers. There's graphics, here's post effects, which makes the game a little bit better looking, but don't recommend post effects, especially since the game is very CPU and graphic heavy. You have a bunch of different sound here, and most of all, you're going to have keybinds under controls. Once you get to your keybinds, you got to make sure what you have is what you want. For example, the two biggest things that I do is I change the lean left and right to my mouse buttons because I don't like the Q and E on here. And I also change the right mouse button is a press for aiming. I change it to continuous as I like to hold my mouse button when I aim. There is a number of different keybinds in here, so get comfortable with what you like. There are different streamers, YouTubers, they all have different settings. You choose what's best for you, as there are, I don't know, maybe 50 different keybinds that you can do for every little thing in the game. Once you feel comfortable with your keybinds, you're going to say, all right, I'm ready to go. Wrong. What we're going to do next is something that is going to help you forever with this game. What you're going to do next is head over to the official Tarkov wiki. You need to do this because this is going to give you every sort of information on anything that you are looking for. Trust me, you're going to use it way more than you ever think you will need it. You have a bunch of different things such as quests, there's armor, there's bullets, there's guns, everything that you need, it's here. For example, you click on saving the mole, it's going to give you the objectives, it's going to give you your rewards, it's going to do your guide, everything that's needed. And again, you're going to use this for every single quest that you just don't know. And you're going to head over to gamemaps.co.uk/game/Tarkov. It's just a map place. You just type in on Google and do Tarkov maps. It's one that is free to use. There's a bunch of different types of maps. For example, Ground Zero is going to be the first one that you're going to use, and just use that as much as possible. There's different ones for customs. Every single map is on here. There's another one that is more useful, and that's going to be this next one here. It's going to be Escape from Tarkov Interactive. It's just map from Map Genie. You're going to have to pay, obviously, Pro for the other ones, but there are some free ones. This one specifically, like if we go to customs here, it has every single item, such as tool cases, you have duffel bags, caches, stashes, provisions, anything that you need. You can edit the map how you want. It has each an individual spawn and extract. This next one you don't have to do. It's just something that is nice. It's called Tarkov Tracker. It actually brings you right to the wiki on some of these. It just tracks your progress. Super simple. You just need to sign up with a Google account or even just a login. Nothing crazy, but you hit complete. It goes to the next one. It just makes you feel like you're doing something. Last but not least, it's going to be EFTammo.com. This is going to be huge when you first start out because you don't know what is what when it comes to ammo. You're thinking, oh, ammo's ammo. Not in this case. You're going to go ahead and use this a lot, trust me. It goes from 12 gauge all the way to the 338 Lapua. Every single item that's in the game, every single ammo is going to be here, and it tells you what you're going to use, what is best, how much it's on the flea market for, what armor it penetrates, how many bullets it's going to penetrate through that armor. Trust me, you're going to use it. All right, now thirdly, you got your maps, you got what your character is, you got everything right here, you're ready to go. Not just yet. You have to do tasks now, or quests. Basically, you're going to go into your traders, and you see the little check marks up here. Each trader is going to have their own task, and they have their own things that they buy and sell. As you can see here, you have to spend money on each trader to level them up to get to the next loyalty level. It doesn't take much, but you're going to sell things here to each trader, and eventually you'll level them up to level 42, and that'll be all of them. Next thing is, like I said, the tasks. You're going to go ahead and take every single task and accept it. Once you accept all these tasks, you're going to get a couple messages saying exactly what to do. You don't have to necessarily read all of these, but it's just for the lore, just like with any game. There is no tutorial, so this is their way of doing the tutorial for you. You're going to go back to your character, and you're going to hit tasks, and then you can see it's all right here. Shooting cans, we're going to go ahead and do that. First in line, it's all there. You can access this in the game as well, or in the raid. And you can also do operational tasks, but that's for level 5 and above. It's just daily and weekly tasks. So you got your character, you got your maps, you got your tasks. Now you get to gear up and finally play after an hour of looking over everything. Just a few quick bits here. When you put stuff in your hotbar, you're going to put 4, 5, 6 all the way to 0. This is going to be easy access, but when you put items in your tactical rig or your pockets, they're able to be accessed onto your hotbar. If you put them into your backpack, you cannot. So you can't hit 4, I put it back into the pocket. You can put it on 4, or you can drag it into the hotbar. Whatever works for you, just don't put it in your backpack. Same thing with ammo and magazines. It's not going to reload in your backpack. You have to put it into your tactical rig. And now what I'm going to show you here is just a few quick things at the top of the screen. Here is your overall. You have overall for both PMC and Scav. You can, your name, your stats, your PMC stats, your Scav stats, and basically your overall is just going to be both of them. Here's your gear, brings you straight to your stash. That way it's just easy access. This is your health screen whenever you're hurt or you want to heal up in your stash. You could do that. Skills. Don't worry about the skills. You're going to need some for the quests, but it just levels up naturally. It's gotten better. Some of the skills aren't even implemented into the game. Even though you're gaining them, it's not going to do anything for you. Some of them are not in the game. It will be there eventually when 1.0 comes out, however long that may be. So don't worry about the skills. Just level up what you can when you can. As we stated before, you're going to need those maps because there's no maps in the game that you can just look up. There are optional maps that you can buy, but they don't really do much. And then here are tasks and achievements that we already went over. The achievements are just a quick, look at this, look at that. You get to earn it whenever. But that's really all you need to know for these hotbars. So now that just about everything is explained, I know it was a lot, and we're trying to just go through it really quick so we can get into our first raid. This is what we're going to do before we get into our first raid. We're going to get rid of the food and water. You don't need it for your first couple raids. You're going to eat and drink everything in raids. Here are just little quick things that you can go over. Face cover, eyewear, headgear, body armor, tactical rigs. Anything with the little arrow means you can swap it with something inside of your stash. What you're going to do is put ammo in your butt. This is what's called the butt. It's the gamma or the alpha container. Everything in there when you die will be safe. It may not be found in raid when you die, or it won't be found in raid when you die, but it's going to be there when you do die. Everything else will be gone. Just go ahead and put some ammo, some meds that's going to be helping you out later. This is how I usually do my first couple raids. I just put extra ammo, extra heals, and I go through that way. So finally, we are ready for our first raid. You're going to go ahead and hit escape from Tarkov, and you're going to go ahead and choose PMC. There are such thing as Scav, but that's for another time. Go ahead and click PMC, and then go ahead and hit next, and it's going to bring you to this screen right here, which is going to be your map selection. Our first quests are going to be on ground 0. You're going to have 2 different times, a day and a night. It's always going to be one or the other. It's on a 24-hour. It also has the conditions. Here you can go into practice mode. For example, you just hit enable, and it's going to be exactly how you want to put it. Under the game settings, you do how you want it. When you die or pick up anything, it says right here, your game progress is not saved in the practice mode. This is nice for you to understand the game a little bit more without having to risk any of your gear. This is insurance. You can do it through a couple different vendors. Just usually Prepper is the cheapest. Click it. It'll tell you exactly what you are insuring and how much. It's usually around 10% of exactly what that item costs are from the vendors. So right now the whole set will cost $22,000. If I insure it, it'll be back to me within 24 to 36 hours. Usually it's around the 24-hour mark. But that's up to you. Just make sure you hit insure. Otherwise, as you can see here, none of it was insured. So when you do insure it, go ahead and hit yes or Y, and that will insure it for you. Otherwise, you just go ahead and hit ready, and you're ready for your first raid. Once you get into your raid, just look for some landmarks so you know exactly where you spawn. For example, this is just one. Here is the hotel, and then the Nakatani, where that's going to be the basement that you can extract. And then once you do get out of the raid, you can see here we just killed a couple scavs in there. It's going to show you all these stats, combat looting, all the experience that you're going to get. When you survive, you get a little bit of XP bonus. It's going to show you everything at the end of your raid, such as how much experience you have towards the next level, all your combat, exploring, treatment, looting experience, all times that by a surviving bonus. And that's basically the experience that you're going to get. Now we have a quick little thing. It's called Scav or Scavenger. This is what you're killing in your raids, but you can also become a player Scav. You can go on any map except for labs, and you go ahead and just same exact thing as a PMC. You're going to go in there, you're going to loot, shoot, and scoop. Get out of there. So basically when you spawn, you're going to spawn in with whatever gear is given to you. Here I spawn in the, I went on interchange, and I spawned by the car extract and where you turn on the power. So basically just start off. This is what I started with. I'm gonna go ahead and grab what I want out of here, and then we're gonna quickly extract. Once we extract, you go into your stash, and all of this is for you to take. Just control left click, put it all into your inventory, and whatever you leave behind you can sell with the sell all, or if you hit next, it's just going to get rid of it. You're not going to sell it, you're not going to do anything. So just make sure you take everything else, or you can just hit sell all, and it'll tell you that you just sold this defense, something you're not going to want to do if you're trying to make as much money as possible. But if you have no room, it's your best choice instead of just deleting it. So that's how scavs work. Just a quick reminder, scavs do not count towards your tasks. They are just there for you to get extra money. And lastly, we have the hideout. After everything is all said and done, you're going to need items for your hideout. You're going to need everything basically found in raid. This wipe at this is the 0.16 patch. You're going to just go ahead and upgrade everything that you can in here. You're going to need certain items, like for example the measuring tape. I did not get that in the scav or my first raid, but I will need that for security. The security is going to need for the generator. The generator is needed for the specific lights and other items. You're going to need every single thing. It'll tell you what is recommended. For example, to get the scav case, you need an intelligence center. For the shooting range, you need all of these items. For the solar power, you'll need extra items there and unlock the previous things. Hideout is something that you don't necessarily need to do, but if you're going to play the entire wipe, it's something that you want to do. Just get what you can as soon as you can, unless you're looking for those specific quest items. You can actually craft items in your hideout as well. That is something that you can do for quests as found in raid items. But with all that, there's plenty more guides that you can do on the hideout as well. But this is just a quick tidbit on how to do it. And that's pretty much Escape from Tarkov in a nutshell. I tried making this the easiest, quickest way to explain exactly how to play Tarkov in the first 15-20 minutes before your raid, after your raid, and get you understand how it kind of works before you actually play for thousands of hours. There are 1,000 other guides on everything in Tarkov, from guns, ammo, armor, maps. You can watch those at any point. Like I said, this is just the quickest thing I can do for you for a beginner. So if you like the video, just go ahead and let me know. If there's anything you want me to improve on or you want to learn, just go ahead and put in the comments and we'll go from there. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great wipe. We'll see you next time.